You can study in the morning, you can study at night. You can study outside by a campfire light. You can study with the rabbi.
Have you ever told a little white lie and then had to double down on that lie? And then maybe had to add a few more details to that lie? And then maybe had to add another lie to bolster that first lie? It just snowballs and snowballs and goes on until eventually you reach the place where you're not even sure what's true anymore. Is this thing that I've been telling everyone, that I've built my reality around, is that true? Or did I just make that up? We learn in this week's Parsha, Parshat Va'era, that God places Moses in the role of God, small g, and Aaron will be to Moses as Moses is to God. And the Torah says, "You shall repeat all that I command you, and Aaron shall speak to Pharaoh. But I will harden Pharaoh's heart, so that I may multiply my signs and marvels in the land of Egypt." Pharaoh's heart gets hardened, and God seems to do it. But something interesting happens in this hardening of Pharaoh's heart over the course of the plagues that we read about in this week's and next week's Parsha. What happens is that eventually it seems that Pharaoh seems to harden his own heart. It's not God anymore. God begins the process, but then Pharaoh seems to do it himself. In a few places in the Torah it says, "Va'ani akshe et lev paro," or "Va'ani achazek et lev paro." I will harden Pharaoh's heart. But the Hebrew grammar is, "But I, comma, I will harden Pharaoh's heart." Why that extra I? And some of the Meforshim, some of the commentators tell us that it means that his own ego is what was hardening his heart. He started with a little tiny lie about the Israelites and how dangerous they were to the Egyptians. But then once that little lie started, it snowballed. And soon it got out of hand. And to embolden, to boost up his own lie, his own reality, Pharaoh actually hardened his own heart so that he could no longer tell what was true and what wasn't. Everyone is talking about truth and facts and alternative facts. And I worry that some of those people in positions of power may quite innocently say something off the cuff that isn't 100% true or is certainly open to interpretation. But then because they feel threatened, they have to double down on that. They have to tell another little lie. And they have to send other people out to tell other lies. Until eventually we reach a place where that person of power doesn't even know what's the truth anymore. And we know that when that happens, terrible consequences follow. So I implore our leaders, don't follow down the path of Pharaoh. Don't allow your heart to be hardened. Have the dignity, the compassion, and the modesty to recognize when you've made a mistake, to recognize when you've told a small lie. Don't allow that lie to become your own reality.
We're talking Torah. Talking Torah.